Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel, and we're here in Gresham at MetroEast Community Media. Tonight on our show, we're going to have a couple guests that you're going to enjoy hearing from. We're going to start out talking with Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon. They are the ones responsible for bringing you the Rockwood Farmers Market. And here to represent the market, we have Tyler Wagner. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. You know, I met you last year, or maybe it's been a little longer ago than that. I ended up working one of the farmers markets with you, and that was really fun. It's a small market, it's fairly new, but it's in an area that really needs that extra push and that fresh local produce. And tell me a little bit about why, if you could, Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon, why did they take on this project? Why was that important to them?
Well, in 2012 and 2013, we led a large community food assessment for the Rockwood neighborhood. With so many grocery stores closing down in that area in the past 10 or 20 years, we really felt the need to sort of assess the food need in that neighborhood.
That's what they call a food desert, right?
Right. Yeah. And so grocery stores were definitely a highly sought after need or mentioned need by the people who conducted the food assessment. But we actually found farmers markets were the most desired food resource.
Wow. That's great, actually.
Yeah, and so starting in 2015, we had our first market season last year, June to the end of October. And yeah, it was small, but we definitely felt like we were starting to reach more and more people. Felt like it was serving that need in the community, and we're back for a second season, definitely growing, definitely adding a lot of new vendors and new programs. And so we're really excited to be back for the second season and trying to do our best to offer, fresh, local, affordable produce and, family-friendly activities.
Good, good. Well, it was. I had a good time last year. It was fun, and so I have no doubt that it's going to be even bigger and better. Now, one thing you did change was the day that you have it. Wasn't it on Fridays last year?
Yeah. So we had thought that Fridays would work well. People, wanting to get some shopping done, coming home from work. Seemed like people were mainly just focused on just getting home from work.
So, no time to stop and do the shopping. Yeah, so
now
you've
we're
changed
on Sundays.
Okay.
Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
And so we're really hoping that that's kind of that nice afternoon time. You can still sleep in, no rush to get to the market.
Right.
If you're going to church with your family or going to brunch, we'll be right there right after. And then hopefully Sunday can be a more leisurely day. We've got a lot of good prepared food vendors, so you can get your lunch there too.
Now, was that available last year? I can't remember if you had prepared food.
Last year, I think we did at the very beginning, but for most of the season we didn't. And so it looks like this year we'll have Moroccan food and Thai food right from the get-go.
What was the first one?
Moroccan food.
They said rockin' food. It's like, whoa, what's that?
Moroccan food probably is rockin'.
Yeah, it probably is, yeah.
So yeah, we'll have that
sounds good.
And then we'll be adding Mexican food with some tamales, and then Somali food.
Nice
in
variety.
July. So yeah,
that sounds wonderful. That sounds great.
Yeah, you have to come back multiple times to try.
Yeah, to try all the different kinds of foods. So the hours you said are 11 to 3. Okay,
yes.
So yeah, that sounds good. Now you. Last year you had several food vendors and from local farms. Are most of the vendors, are they local then?
Yeah, very local. Mill Meadow Farm is one of our farmers who was there last year and is back this year. Good. And he's actually an urban farmer, southeast 70th and Roan.
Oh, really?
So he's like right, I think the farm might be even close to like 100th and Stevens. So it's right in the area. Shadine's farm is coming from Boring, Oregon.
We have a Shadine's Market right around the corner
Yeah,
from us.
right.
Here,
Yeah, so they'll be
good,
coming
good
with
stuff.
they've got
a
great
lot of stuff there.
berries, so really
Yeah.
excited about them. And then we are also getting some produce from Sunlove Farm and Key Family Fruit Farm, which are also both, pretty close to the Portland metro area. And we're looking at a couple other farms that are both urban farms or close to the Portland area that we're probably going to be adding on later in the season because we're still kind of open to adding more vendors.
So if people have, if somebody has a farm, they have something that they want to sell, what do you accept and not accept as far as vendors go?
We're definitely trying to be, produce-focused market, so definitely
Healthy,
looking
local
for more,
food, fresh food.
more
Yeah.
produce that people are growing. But we're also open to, considering more prepared food vendors and select crafts if people are, making those crafts themselves.
Okay, so somebody can't go to the dollar store and stock up on things and bring them and try to sell them for $1.50. No, they have to, something that they've made themselves
Yeah.
or something. So say if somebody had maybe bees and they made honey, they could maybe
Yeah,
sell that there. That would be
absolutely.
something that would be good. Or hand milled soaps made with herbs from their garden, lavender or something like that. You'd be
Yeah.
open to that kind of thing.
Yeah, and we're definitely open to, having the conversation with sort of anyone who has an idea.
So if you think you maybe would be okay for that, then call you or
Right.
email you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We have sort of a community-based steering committee, so I'm not the only one who's making the decision. We kind of have a group process of people from the neighborhood and one of the vendors and kind of a group decision-making process.
Right.
So we're definitely open to kind of hearing where people's ideas are at.
You might be surprised. There might be something you've never
Absolutely.
thought about having.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. What about, can people bring their kids there? I mean, is there anything for kids to do at the market besides, check out the food and say, Mom, can I please have that? Dad, will you buy me that?
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely kind of making like a kid-focused and family-friendly activity, within the market is definitely something that we've been aiming for. So we'll have weekly kids activities. Right now we kind of have a rotating basis of the library, the Boys and Girls Club, and Nadaka Nature Park
All great.
coming and
Right.
providing different activities each week. So that should be really, really exciting.
Those are three good organizations to partner with there.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Always enjoy Nadaka bringing their animal pelts and
Yeah.
being able to identify.
Well, that's good for them too, because then people will find out about people that don't know about Nadaka, which is a great park.
Yeah.
They can find out about it there. Maybe afterwards they can go and check out the park.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a win-win. So, do you have room for other nonprofits to maybe table at the events or to somehow become involved if they wanted to?
Yeah, so we also host a community table, providing the canopy and the table, and then people, nonprofit organizations are able to come, kind of spread their message, and if they have a family-friendly activity,
Even
we
better.
definitely encourage that because that's
Yeah.
going to be more memorable for the families as
sure
well.
will be.
So.
Good deal. You brought some pictures from last year, and I think we should take a look at those, and maybe you can give people a feel for what it's really like at the Rockwood Farmers Market.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Although it'll be bigger and better. So this picture cracked me up.
So this is actually one of the kids' activities that we put on last year. It was a Mr. and Mrs. Apple or Potato Head.
Love
So
it.
we got potatoes, we got apples from the market, and then there were carrots and greens
They
and
could
other
just
things
use
that the
them to-
farmers were selling. Yeah, and we just kind of made, we had a nice kid group come from Rockwood Station, the apartments nearby.
Oh, yeah?
And we had a bunch of them just make a bunch of these apples
awesome.
and potato heads, and
Nice.
yeah, it was a blast. So this is some of the Thai food. So
It's making me hungry. That looks really good.
Yeah, it was a little bit difficult getting all of their pictures in because it was just like, kind of before lunch getting those, and
Yeah.
just can't wait to.
That looks good though. That looks really good.
Try all those out. Had to highlight Shadine's berries.
Yeah, isn't that
We're
beautiful?
so excited to have them.
They have really good produce. Yeah. Oh, that looks nice. And then we have some more of the.
Yeah.
This is probably like a little later in the season, I bet, huh?
Yeah,
So,
some of the fall.
So how long does the season go till?
So June 12th, so this Sunday is our opening day.
Nice.
So definitely we want to see, everyone out there.
Yeah.
It should be a cooler day than last weekend.
It'll be a pleasant day. It won't be
Yeah.
bad. And it goes through.
And October 16th will be
Okay,
our
good,
final day of
good.
the market. this season.
I know her.
There you were last year.
Yeah, that was me last year. And this year, if we are going to do it again this year. We'll have some activities this year with it. But can we go back to that picture maybe that we had before, if they can bring that back up? There was a group of people there, and I was just wondering there we go. Do you know these people?
Yeah, so second from the left is the previous market manager.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have a couple people who came as vendors and community members.
So these are people that are all involved in the marketplace in one way or another.
And then I think some guests as well. And then second from the right is Jenny Holmes, who is with Ecumenical Ministries of Oregon.
Right. Okay. I've interviewed Jenny before. Yeah. That's great. Okay. Thank you.
So yeah, that's a fun group.
Yeah, I bet it's probably a fun job to have, isn't it?
It's great. I feel like probably my favorite thing is just meeting people at the market.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many recipe ideas from people who are buying something, and I'm just like, how are you using that this week? And they're sharing, like I'm sauteing up this and adding a little bit of, it's
that would be great. Are most of the farmers and vendors, are they willing to share their recipes with people?
I think so, yeah. And then kind of one thing that we're looking to do this year is we have a nice newsletter that goes out, and we send recipes that I'm finding or that we have, but we really want to ask people to share their recipes with us, and we'd love to sort of like start this little thing where people are talking about what recipes are you cooking off of from what you're buying at the farmer's market, because I feel like there's so much great cooking knowledge.
There is, and so many different cultures represented in that area that you could get some really interesting recipes that you've maybe never ever thought to try.
Yeah, so we really want to kind of share some of those ideas. So if people have recipe ideas, come send them to us or share them with us at the market.
Cool. That makes it. That's fun, and that's a great way to sort of build community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're also involved, I think, in the summer lunch program.
Yeah.
How are you involved with that?
So we are partnering with Volunteers of America to provide the summer meal program for youth ages 1 to 18.
Wow.
And so that'll start on the June 19th market and run to the beginning of September.
So how does that work?
And so basically from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock on each of those market days.
Every Sunday from June 19th.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll have sort of a booth set up where we'll be providing healthy bag lunches, and if free of charge. And if youth come to that, they're able to get that bag lunch there. We just ask that they eat the lunch at the market site, and after that they're welcome to enjoy the market. We'll have the kids activities, and that should be
that's a good deal, because that tends to be a problem during the summer, isn't it? Especially for kids that have free and reduced lunches during the school year.
Yeah, and we found that there's so many summer lunch sites in the area at schools or apartments or Vance Park Monday to Friday, but there's just nothing really on the weekends, and hunger doesn't go away on the weekends.
No, it does not. No, it does not. That's a great idea. There was something else that you had, another program.
The Double Up Food Bucks.
Yeah, what is that?
So we're really excited about this. This is something big all over Oregon, but basically, if you have SNAP, the EBT, food stamps, and you're able to come and use
which was new last year, wasn't it? Being able to use it at the markets.
Yeah, and so now it's sort of unified among a lot of farmers markets in Portland and Gresham, and if you come and use your Oregon Trail card at the farmers market, you can swipe it and get tokens that you're able to then spend at the market. But in addition to sort of the amount of money that you spend, we'll also match it. As this says, we match up to $10 with the Double Up Food Bucks.
Wow. So if you spend $10 on your card,
you get
$20 worth of food.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that goes to fruits and vegetables.
Right.
So it's really trying to highlight the healthy eating, and
it's not the prepared food; it's the produce.
Yeah, but that can be done every single week. You can come back and get that match again.
That's a heck of a deal. You can get a lot of food get a lot of food for. I was shopping there last year, and I got a ton of food for like $5.
Yeah, we really think that we've got some good vendors who really know how to make the produce affordable. They know that that's that's kind of the need, that have affordable produce in that area.
It was
and
super affordable and really good.
So yeah, that's
I didn't get anything bad. There was nothing bad, and I tried a few different varieties of things that I'd never tried before, that's fun to do. It's fun to go and say, well, it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, and a lot of it was organic and locally grown. So it was really a win-win situation all around.
Especially when you can see your farmer, kind of the work that went into growing that for you.
And the pride that they take in it too, because they do, and they should,
Absolutely.
So at the market then, you have the fresh local produce and food from around the area. You've got some prepared foods, all different kinds. You got Somalian and Moroccan and
Thai,
Mexican and Thai, right? Okay, and maybe more.
Could be more.
There's some kids' activities that'll be planned. Music? Do you have any music planned?
Yeah, well, we're definitely working on music. We have some groups lined up for the first couple of markets, it looks like. I believe Grupo Latitudes, I think, should be there.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, they've performed at a couple other markets.
Okay, so if you have people that want to be a vendor or a volunteer that wants to help out, or somebody maybe who wants to perform, can they contact you and see about the possibility of doing that?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be.
You're open to all that?
We're open to ideas, and we're open to people who want to be vendors or musicians. We definitely have kind of that space that you can definitely get your voice out there. And
there's plenty of space there, so that's where the Rock the Block was.
Right. Yeah.
Last weekend.
It's a big area.
It's a big space, so it's kind of nice being on the ground floor of a farmer's market that's just starting out, where there is room to expand and to make it what you want it to be.
Definitely.
Because there's some that have been around for a long time that don't have room for anybody else. So that's a great opportunity. You grow herbs, you can sell those or those kind of things.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
we're looking to grow kind of with the Rockwood Rising project as well. So with that going there, it's a really good place to be on the ground floor of a sort of a food hub.
Yeah, it is. So before I let you go, that you mentioned Rockwood Rising, and that's the project that's going to be happening in Rockwood. I think they're breaking ground after the first of the year, maybe.
I believe that's.
So and it's something that MetroEast hopes to be part of too.
Yeah.
So a marketplace there, and all sorts of entrepreneurial opportunities, and hopefully something that'll really kind of revitalize Rockwood a little bit. And so that's perfect to be part of that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Anything else you want us to know about the Rockwood Farmers Market that we haven't talked about tonight before I let you go?
Yeah, well, I think there's just a couple more fun opportunities for kids at the marketplace.
Okay.
One is that along with those kids' activities, we're excited that it looks like for the first 11 youth, kind of, especially we're looking at most of the activities will probably be sort of targeted at 5 to 12-year-old younger kids. But we have sort of $2 tokens that the first 11 kids at each market who participate in the activity will be able to then get and then spend that market day. So it'll just be a fun little way for kids to kind of have that opportunity to go around the market, talk to the farmers, and pick out something, probably something small, but something that they want to eat.
Or something they want to try that they've never had before. Or maybe something they can take home and cook.
Yeah, so we're really excited about adding that. And then we've also partnered with a class from the Portland State University Art and Design program. And so we're going to be having sort of a participatory art project. And so we'll be having these large chalkboards, and we'll have some sort of different ideas and try to bring in
or something.
and bring in community artists. And we really just want to make it kind of an open space for people coming to the market to, draw their favorite vegetable or draw their favorite place in the community.
Just express themselves
and really wanting to see kind of what that looks like from the community, and kind of have it just be, who doesn't like drawing with chalk, or
I know.
I'm sure there's someone, but
I was doing it yesterday with my granddaughter. We were drawing with colored chalk. It was great fun. So pretty much everybody likes doing that. That sounds like a great project.
So,
good deal.
Yeah, really excited that I think there should be something for everyone. There's just like a lot of different things that'll be available at the market, and
it's right on the Max line.
It's right
I mean, it is right
line.
on the Max line. You couldn't get a more convenient location.
Right. Yeah.
So so you don't have to worry about parking, driving out there, or anything. You just hop on the Max and you'll be there in no time at all.
Yeah, and there's tons of parking too.
Especially on Sunday probably. I mean, I think that would be a good time for it. So great. That sounds wonderful. I'm looking forward to coming by and doing a little bit of shopping this summer, and then I will be there to participate, I think, late or early fall. Yes,
Yeah,
early, so.
look forward to having
Yeah,
you.
good. Well, thank you so much, Tyler. It sounds like you're doing a great job, and it's a growing market, but there's a lot of opportunities for the neighborhood and the community to get involved and be part of it. So
Absolutely,
thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thanks for watching this first segment of Community Hotline. And don't go away, we have a lot more coming up, so we'll be back in just a few moments.
My documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people.
You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
To be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.